and welcome to another Treasures from Our Attic. This week I was going to share with you guys a toy we have in our collection, a Noah's Ark, and the over 100 hand-carved figurines that came with it. This type of manufacture of the spindle-turned and hand-carved animals actually came out of the Erzgebirge region of Germany. And so while the Ark itself was probably made in a factory, all of these animals were hand-carved in the style that came out of the Erzgebirge region, and they are also hand-painted. This toy was probably the most popular between the mid to 19th century. Kids were encouraged to play with it, especially on Sundays, because of the biblical association that this toy had. So if we come and we look at the Ark itself, when they first started making these arks, the tops were actually removable, but kids being kids, even back then, they would lose the top. So what they came up doing is they added hinges, like this ark has, and so you could lift it, and then you could store your animals inside of the ark. We have hand-painted on the ark a dove, and the rest of the decoration on the ark is as well is also hand-painted. Around the late 1800s, lithographic decoration became much more popular on these arks, which was just basically they put a print across. But the fact that all this is hand-painted still most likely makes this more to the mid-19th century, dates to about that time. There were three types of arks that you could get. There was the flat bottom ark, the round bottom ark, and the boat bottom ark. And while the flat bottom ark basically sounds like what it is, flat across, the round bottom ark curved up like that and would rock. And then there was the boat bottom ark, which is this ark right here. And this was one of the more elaborate and costly arks that you could get. Now if we come and look at all these figurines themselves, we have all of Noah's family, all right here, all dressed in their 19th century finest. You can probably tell that the majority of them are missing their faces, and some are missing their arms. The animal themselves are also in relatively good shape. We've got some bunnies over here, missing some paint, maybe some lambs, but you can still actually see the collar on them. The cow. So this is all honestly still in really good shape when you think about the fact that this toy is at least 150 years old, and that also a child was playing with it at one point. We have some horses, some deer, some cows, pigs, bunnies, what I think possibly could be a bear, a cat, a squirrel, a rooster. I think this might be a skunk, I'm not sure. This piece right here I thought might be an anteater, but my colleague disagrees. He thinks that this is actually the back and this is the front, and it could be a mole. These right here I think might be foxes. These I'm also not so sure about. My best guess was hedgehogs. Other arks have animals where the carver definitely used their imagination and created some fantasy animals. So while some of these pieces might share attributes of certain animals, they could also just be something that the carver used for their imagination and created a new kind of animal. But if you guys did have any ideas on what you think these might be, please share them in the comments. I'd love to get your opinion. We also have some more exotic animals over here. We have some elephants, the leopards, some camels, and then just a really wide variety of birds. And so this really is just an amazing addition to our collection here. We unfortunately do not know the child who owned this, but we can definitely say that they were a very lucky kid, whoever they were, that they got to play with this. But that's it for this week from Treasures from Our Attic, and I hope to see you guys next week. All right, thanks guys, bye.